वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः नमो नमः. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita class. We have made inroads into the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, named after Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata was composed before the event had happened. Vedavyasa, Lord Vedavyasa, incarnation of the Lord himself, before the event could happen, he could able to conceptualize, he could see what is going to happen. And he composed Mahabharata before the event had happened. 100,000 shloka, and he could see what was going to happen. He wanted a scribe, so the Brahma suggested the Ganesha. Ganesha arrived, and Ganesha wrote under the condition, you should not pause. If you pause, I will stop writing. So Vedavyasa put another counter, this one, the counter rule, you should write whatever only after understanding. Without understanding, you should not write. And they say in Mahabharata, around 8,000 plus shlokas are still a guhya shlokas. Even it is of a wonder to the divine beings. Even to the Brahma, it is a wonder. It is, he can't understand that one. What is the real meaning of this one? We are all learning Samskrita. We go by the Panini Sutra or looking at the dictionary we read. It says in Mahabharata around 8,000 plus shlokas are still a guhya shloka. Even the illumined people, they can't get what really it means. What it means, they are only understanding on the surface. And in 100,000 shlokas, Vedavyasa divided 100,000 shlokas into 18 sections. 18 sections, he called it as parva. Parva means parvata. We call it Himalaya Parvata. Parvata, and there is a difference between Parvata and Giri. Giri is single mountain, only one hillock. That is called as Giri, and Parvata means folded mountains. Himalaya, as we go from Haridwar, there is one mountain after another. One mountain opens up, again another unfolds. It's a folded mountains. Opens up, folds, opens, folds. It is called as Parvata. So is Mahabharata, 18 chapters, though it is called as 18 sections. It is one story opens up into another. One story opens into another. One story opens into another. You to understand that one, you should know what was the previous story. If you do not understand the context, you may miss out totally. It is a Parvata. It is not easy to understand. You can't just dive into a middle of Mahabharata and pick up a story. It is a folded mountain, like a folded mountain. It unfolds. As one story finishes, another opens up. In context with other, we have to read. In context with another story. And when you are understanding, it is not an ordinary story. You have to approach a teacher to understand. What is the origin of this story? What really it means? We may not understand. An enlightened master can say it is related to this story. You have to understand from this context. Otherwise, we will be misled. We may be proficient in Sanskrita, but understanding Shastra, it is not based on the Sanskrita language. How good I can read, how good I can understand. To understand the Shastra, altogether you need to understand a different language. You need to open up your intuition, then only you understand. Otherwise, so much folding and unfolding, you totally forget about that one. Shri Vedavyasa talks about what are the 18 parvas. I will quickly touch upon 18 chapter name. We should know at least the chapter name. We should know, as we are student of Bhagavad Gita, student of Mahabharata, we should at least know about the names. In the first the Pandavas, first chapters, it covers 70 years of Pandavas. 70 years, first 70 years and introduction to Mahabharata, up to 70 years of Pandavas. Pandavas, the first chapter is called as Adi Parva. Adi means the Pandavas came. What is their background? We come across people, we don't know their past, we don't know their future, we don't know the past of ourselves. I am here. Why I am here? I don't know the past. Who cares? We say, who cares why I am here in Melbourne? But Mahabharata says, for everything there is a reason. For everything there is a reason. Mahabharata, Pandavas, who is Yudhishthira? What was his background? And Mahabharata, it talks about the Pandavas are not, fight between the Pandavas and Kauravas is not like two brothers fighting for a piece of land. It is a game of a higher order. They are the divine people. Pandavas are the divine people. They are, and the Kauravas are the demonic people. The play of the divine and demonic people, they are using the earth as a platform to play their game, to fight. It is not an ordinary fight. If it had been ordinary people fighting piece of land, this Mahabharata would not sustain for 5,000 years. It is a play of the divine people, divine Yudhishthira, incarnation of Yama, Bhima, incarnation of Vayu, and Arjuna, incarnation of Indra, Nakula and Sahadeva, incarnation of twin physicians, Ashwi Kumaras, and whereas Duryodhana, incarnation of Kali himself, and the negative to the core, Bhima, positive to the core. Two poles, and negative Duryodhana could not stand the positive. Negative people cannot handle the positive people. Bhimasena on the topmost pinnacle, and on the other side, the bottommost Duryodhana. Adi Parva talks about that one. In the second chapter is called as Sabha Parva. Sabha Parva, it is talking about in the Sabha. In the Sabha, they start playing the dice. It talks about what made Yudhishthira to come into the game of dice, gambling. What happened in the Sabha Parva. And third one, Vana Parva. They went into the forest. Vana Parva, why Pandavas went into exile. Vana Parva, it talks about that one. They in the first 12 years of their exile. And Virata Parva, it talks about incognito. In the last year of their exile, Pandavas, the condition was, Duryodhana had put a condition. In the last year, if you get found, you had to go for 12 years again. And he put another condition. You should not go to far away land. You should be nearby land, which is familiar to me. You should not go far away land, and you should be not to go into hiding in far away land. It should be close by. He had put many conditions. Incognito in Virata Parva. In the 4th chapter talks about. And the 5th chapter, Udyoga Parva, Lord Shri Krishna himself went as an ambassador of Pandavas to Dhritarashtra's court. It is a repetition of the Sundara Kanda in Ramayana. Hanuman went to Ravana as an ambassador of Lord Sri Rama to pay it back. Shri Krishna went to Dhritarashtra's court as a messenger, ambassador of Pandavas. Lord gives you more than what you give. Do something for the Lord, He won't forget. He will give it back more. Udyoga Parva talks about that one. The 18 days of war, it is covered in next, only the first 70 years, 5 chapters. Next, 18 days of war covered in another 5 chapters. War, Lord Vedavyasa took lot of interest in the war part. 18 days to cover 18 days, he took 5 chapters. First is Bhishma Parva. Bhishma Parva means the falling of Bhishma. Bhishma, 10 days war, how he fell down. And the Dronacharya, 7th one, talks about Drona Parva in next 5 days. That is 15 days total. Dronacharya, how he fell down. Then Karna Parva, Karna, how he fell down in next 2 days. And the 9th chapter, Shalya Parva, how the Shalya, the charioteer of Karna, he fought, how he fell down. In the 9th chapter it talks about. And Sauptika Parva, the fell down, how Duryodhana fell down, bit the dust. It is covered in the Sautika Parva in the 10th chapter. And last 36 years of Pandavas were covered in next 8 chapters. So last 36 covered in last 8 chapters. One is 3 Parva, the rules and regulations, dharma of a lady. It is talked about in a Sri Parva. And Shanti Parva and Anushasana Parva, 2 chapters having around 20,000 shlokas told by Bhishmacharya to the grieving Yudhishthira. And Vishnu Sahasranama also comes in that one. And Ashwamedika Parva, and after that, to overcome the grief, how Yudhishthira performed Ashwamedha Yaga, how he got his resources. It is covered in Ashwamedika Parva. Then it is talks about book on Parva on Ashrama Vasika Parva. The Dhritarashtra, Kunti, Gandhari, Vidura, they went into the Vanaprastha. It is talking about that one. And 16th chapter talks about Mausala Parva, how Yadavas, they fought against each other and killed themselves against because of the curse from Durvasa, and as per the wish of the Lord, he wanted to wrap up his presence here. And 17th chapter, it is talking about Mahaprasthana. When Lord Shri Krishna is not there, why there is no business for us to be here? Pandavas decided to go into that, leave the body. Leave the body, it is talked about in 17th chapter. 18th chapter, it is talking about Swarga Arohana Parva. How Pandavas ascended to heaven. It is talked about that one. The contemplate on that one. Every class I will try to touch upon bits from each parva, and it's so fascinating. Understanding Mahabharata. So when you see that one composition, you would know, you understand Vedavyasa cannot be an ordinary human, or it is ordinary human cannot bring about such a marvelous compilation. It is none other than the Lord himself could able to conceptualize and could only able to compile that one. It is Mahabharata in 18th chapter. 18 means victory, Jaya. Original name of Mahabharata was Jaya. Vedavyasa says, whoever contemplates on Mahabharata, victory is definitely be on their side. They will be victorious in their life. We'll continue on the story next week. And Shri Bhagavan uvacha. Imam vivasvate yogam. Proktavan aham avyayam. Vivasvan manave praha. Manur ikshvakave bravit. Evam parampara-praptam. Prapta imam rajarshayo viduh. Kaleneha mahata. Yogo nashtah parantapa. Evayam mayatedya. Yogah proktah puratanah. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. Rahasyam hetaduttamam. Arjuna uvacha. Aparam bhavato janma. Param janma vivasvatah. Katametad vijaniyam. Tvamado proktavaniti. The greatness of Bhagavad Gita, other scriptures, though it is Veda, it is a Apaurashya Veda. Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita is seen, it is higher than Vedas because it is spoken, it has come out from the Lord's mouth itself. Bhagavad Gita has come out from the Lord's mouth itself. It weighs higher than Vedas. That is why all acharyas have made it a point to contemplate and comment on Bhagavad Gita exhaustively. Lord says, Bhagavad Gita, this is not the first time he is not talking. He has spoken Bhagavad Gita many times. He has spoken this one to son. As from son, it has come to Ikshvakave dynasty. From there, from Manur to Ikshvakave dynasty. Over the time, the lineage is lost. When there is a knowledge is lost, Shri Krishna says that is why to join the broken link, I am telling you again. Arjuna asked the question, you are my contemporary, how I should understand that you have spoken this one earlier. Shri Krishna says, you and me have come and gone many times, I remember everything. I come here of my own will, whereas you are coming and going helplessly. You have no choice in coming and going, but I have a freedom. Shri Bhagavan uvacha. Bahuni me vyatitani. जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्तः परन्तप अजोऽपि सन्व्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय sambhavamyatma-mayaya यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Whenever there is an imbalance, I appear to set the balance. The balance, another name for balance is yoga, and I bring the order in the world. Whenever there is an imbalance, I appear. That is why Lord Shri Krishna is called as Yogeshwara, one who brings out the balance, one who moves the fulcrum so that balance is restored in the world. Only good times is no good, only bad time is not good. We need the balance. And only the bad time, people will go into too much of depression, they can't get out, or too much of good time, they lose themselves. We need a balance. Balance and paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma-sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashritaah bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagataah ye yatha mam prapadyante stanstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah ye yatha mam prapadyante, one who worships me this way and seeks me, gets devoted to me and follows my instruction, manushya partha sarvashah, and that person undoubtedly progress towards the higher reality. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataah kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaramapi mam vidya kartaram avyayam. That the noble people are classified in 4 groups, like Mahabharata is classified into 18 chapters. Noble people, it is not classification of asuras, wicked people, rakshasa swabhava, pishacha swabhava. There is no classification. It is no classification. People, they say, I am from the higher class, but they do all heinous crime. Scripture says they are not to be classified as any higher or lower. They are unfit to be classified. This classification is only for the noble people. Noble people are classified 4 ways: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, according to their temperament, according to their interest. Some people are interested in the deep study, want to dive deep, want to look ahead, think ahead. It's a research type, dive deep. Teaching, it's a Brahmana Swabhava. Some people are interested in good managing, good administration. Whatever the idea is there, they want to bring it to the reality. That person is called as a Kshatriya Swabhava. Vaishya Swabhava is the one good in marketing. However great is the idea, if I do not know how to sell the product gets wasted. Vaishyas are the one, they knows how to market the product, tailor make the product so that it's a benefit. People get maximum out of that product. That is the Vaishya. Shudra is the one who supports, good in supporting, doesn't want to take initiative by himself, but willing to listen. You tell me what I have to do, I will do. I don't want to take ownership. Without taking ownership, tell me whatever I have to do, I will do. Whatever is the good, tell me, I will do. That type of people who do not want to take ownership, they are called as a Shudra Swabhava. They are the support staff. In an organization, we need all four categories. At home, we need all four categories. In a country, we need all four categories. In the world, we need all four categories. Then only society functions well. And if at home, if everyone thinks I am only the good in thinking, I don't want to work, home won't work. Somebody should be able to work also. Somebody should be able to be creative, and somebody should be able to, if you have a backyard, you should know how to make use of the soil, get best out of the soil. That is the Vaishya Swabhava. If it is the support staff, you should be able to support the other family members. Shudra Swabhava. These qualities are there in a person. All four qualities are there, but the proportion changes from person to person. Some may be more of a Brahmana quality, less of a Shudra quality. Some are high of the Shudra quality, very little of the thinking ability. The proportion changes according to our Swabhava. Shri Krishna says, this classification, I have done this one, so that you can choose your profession. No profession is superior or no profession is inferior. Nobody becomes great by the profession. You do whatever is you can, your ability, you can become extraordinary in your own field. By title of the position, nobody becomes great. Many prime ministers of the countries, the title, though it's a prime minister, they have gone to prison after their term. And nobody remembers them also. Because of the job title, nobody becomes great, because if it is a very ordinary position, that doesn't mean that is an inferior post. Shri Krishna says, every post is excellent. Everyone is great by their own self. And if you have a Swabhava of a Shudra, try not to apply for a R&D position. If I am of a good marketing person, try not to apply for good administration. Kshatriya, I want to be the managing director. It may not suit. If I am a very good in creative thinking, not to apply for a laborer job. You are wasting your life. It is saying that whatever is your aptitude, try to go into that slot. You will become someone extraordinary. Find a slot so that best in you comes out. Say namam karmani limpanti.
Namam karmani limpanti.
Name karma pales praha.
Name karma pales praha.
Iti imam yobijanati.
Imam yobhijanati.
Karma birna sabhadyate.
Karma birna sabhadyate.
And one understanding this one, name karmani, understand you are working that way, so that you also understand, Lord, when it comes, He may be born as showing like a Parashurama, as a Brahmana, or he was born as a Yadava, as a Vaishya, he is born, or as a Kshatriya, as a Rama. Don't say that Lord is born, he is bound. You understand? Lord is so free, always free, and nothing binds Lord. Understand that one. So that understanding, you also start experiencing freedom in your life. Evam jnatva kritam karma
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म
purvairapi mumukshubhihi
पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः
kuru karmaiva tasmatvam
कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं
purvai purvataram kritam.
पूर्वै पूर्वतरं कृतम्.
Karma yoga, it's a freedom in action, not freedom from action, which I mentioned in the 3rd chapter. Freedom in action, many people, they have liberated themselves. They have found the freedom. And many great people have done. Karma yoga is a path of liberation. Many great people have done. Shri Krishna is urging all of us through Arjuna, Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. Like great achievers they have done. They did not get entangled while they are performing their action. They knew how to perform the action without getting entangled. Many of us, we do something and we put our hand on our head. Oh God, why did I get into here? I should not have come here. How did I get here? How to get out of this one? And many of us, we talk about that one, we are trapped. We are trapped. How did I get here? And Shri Krishna says, great people, they performed great things in their life, still they experience the freedom. Do that one. Kim karma kima karmeti
किं कर्म किमकर्मेति
kavayopyatra mohitaha
कवयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः
tatte karma pravakshyami
तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि
yajnatva mokshase ashubhat.
यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे अशुभात्.
What is to be done, what not to be done, it confuses many people also. Many people, they say, sorry sir, I can't do, my wife doesn't permit. Sorry sir, I can't do, my husband doesn't permit. And that we are happy to be in bondage, we take that one as an excuse. I don't want to come out of my freedom. I take some excuse. Sorry, I have to work late. My boss doesn't permit. I am so busy at work. Sorry, I can't do. Sorry, I can't do. We take so many excuses and we are happy, bound in our life. Shri Krishna says, no excuses. These are all excuses. Great people, they have done that one. They also had challenges in their life. They also had husband, wife, children in their life. They also had a job to do in their life. But still, how did they do? Why I am taking all excuses? Sorry, I am bound. Sorry, sir, I can't do. Life is not meant to be lived like a bonded labor. Through karma yoga, you can free yourself. Even great people, sometimes they are confused. I am at the age of 70 also, people are saying, sorry, I can't do. Sorry, I can't do. And when I am old, some people, they said, my children won't let me go out of my home. It's 80-year-old. In the old age, I thought I have freedom. My family members won't let me go out. In the old age, there is no freedom. When I am in youth, my party and socializing, no freedom. I may be hurting my friends. When I am in adulthood, my wife or husband doesn't let me. All through, I am bound. I am happy to be bound. This purpose of Bhagavad Gita, how to discover the freedom. This topic, I will pick up on this one. I will talk about this one further tomorrow. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोधव्यम्
bodhavyam cha vikarmanah,
बोधव्यं च विकर्मणः
akarmanascha bodhavyam,
अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यं
gahana karmano gati,
गहना कर्मणो गतिः
karmanya akarmaya pashyet,
कर्मण्यकर्म पश्येत्
akarmani cha karmayah,
अकर्मणि च कर्मयः
sabuddhiman manushyeshu,
बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
sayukta manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma krita.
संयुक्त कृत्स्न कर्म कृत
Shri Krishna gives a hint, and whatever you do, not to say that because of me. And see, though you are so busy, and within you always say, I am not doing anything, I am not doing anything, I don't want to take any responsibility. I don't want to take any responsibility, but still I do. The moment I take responsibility and claim I am responsible, I can't function. Shri Krishna says, Karmanya akarma. Though you are so engaged, so busy, try not to claim responsibility for the success or failure. I don't want to take any credit or discredit. And at the same time, when things are going very well and nothing is happening, everything is running smooth, and everything running smooth as if no meddling is involved, you see the fine things, how when a country is running so smooth, you may be thinking Prime Minister has no work. When everything running smooth, you see the action. Everyone is doing their action. That is why everything is going smoothly. When smooth, you see the action behind. Somebody is working behind to make it work smooth. When you are working heavily, and see the stillness, observe the stillness within. When you observe that way, that person is a real wise person. Never get entangled. That person is free. Yasya sarve samarambha
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः
kama sankalpa varjitaha
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
jnanagni dagda karmanam
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं
tamaho panditam buddhaha.
तमाहु पण्डितं बुधाः
Like yasya sarve samarambha, whatever you do, and give out the notion of I want that one, notion of having a particular outcome. Like jnanagni dagda karmanam, with the fire of knowledge that burns the karmanam, it burns all the bondages. Have the knowledge. Karma, kar means action, ma means knowledge. When you do the action, do it with knowledge. When you do it with knowledge, your karma won't bind you. When you do not do that one, the actions will bind you. Karma has two letters, kar and ma. Kar means action, ma means knowledge. Action, karma yoga, when it liberates us, when you do the action with knowledge. Tyaktva karma pala sangam,
त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं
nitya tripto nirashrayah,
नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः
karmanyabhi pravurtopi,
कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि
naiva kinchit karoti saha,
नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः
nirashiryatha chittatma,
निराशीर्यत चित्तात्मा
tyaktva karma parigrahah,
त्यक्त्वा सर्वापरिग्रहः
shariram kevalam karma,
शारीरं केवलं कर्म
kurvan apnoti kilbisham.
कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्
And tektva sarva parigraha, in yama and niyama there is one, the topic is aparigraha. Aparigraha means not to be possessive, too possessive. It's the same thing aparigraha Shri Krishna is talking about. Tektva sarva parigraha. Parigraha means holding on. Tektva, give up the notion of this is mine, clinging on to things. Not letting go, that is called as parigraha. Shri Krishna says, understand, learn to let go in your life. Maybe the best thing in your life. We are so possessive of our the wealth. I don't want to give any money to the charity. I don't want to give anything to others because I think I earned so hard. It is for me to enjoy. Shri Krishna says, a person, the one who has unbound himself, has learnt to let go. Nothing belongs to me. God has given. How can I earn something if He did not give a permission? It is whatever I have, it is belonging to Him. And not to be saying, I don't want to give, I don't want to give. Wherever possible, reach out, help out. See the Lord everywhere and try to reach out. Shri Krishna is talking about the signs of a person who is making headway in karma yoga. Yadrichalabha santushto dvandvatito vimatsaraha samasiddha asiddho cha kritva pina nibadyate. And when you are doing that one, try to be happy. Another qualities in Yama and Niyama talking about happiness. You should be contented. You should have contentment in life. If you do not have contentment, even the wealth of the whole world at your doorstep, it won't bring in any happiness. And Kathopanishad Nachiketa also talks about Yama offers him lot of wealth. Shri Krishna says, I may be the richest person. If I do not have contentment in my life, what is the use of wealth? I may be the richest, still no contentment. I want more. That there is no happiness in your life. Try to edricha labha, whatever you try to have contentment in your life. It's a yoga principles. Shri Krishna is talking about dvandva tito vimatsaraham, not to go into extremes. Today I am happy, tomorrow sad. And dvandva tito, try to go beyond the extremities. Samasiddho cha asiddho cha. Try to have balanced mind. When things go as planned or not as go planned, try to maintain the equipoise, not to go into depression. Mental health. I take yoga class for the company where I work in the corporate world also. Siemens, many employees, they say, I am depressed. I am having a very tough time. People are saying it is good that yoga has started. Small things in our life, upsets. Financially okay, in the Western country, everyone is affluent, still no happiness. So much of expectation. Shri Krishna says not to get upset. Ups and downs in our life is common. Try to maintain the balance. Balance that one. That is the sign of a person who is making headway in sadhana. Gatasangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasaha yajnaya charata karma samagram praviliyate brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Shri Krishna is talking about the various methods of yajna. One is one yajna. Your vision should be great. Whatever you are doing, it's you are offering to the Lord. When your goal is so good, your target is so good, best in you undoubtedly comes out. That is one yajna. Brahmarpanam. Your action, bring out the best in you to offer the best to the Lord. And Supreme Lord, that is one yajna. The second one, daivame vapare yajnam yogina paryapasate brahmagno vapare yajnam yajnenaivopajuhvati.
यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति.
Another one, you are offering into the fire. The fire, you are doing the yajna. Yajna means collective worship. Offering to the fire, it is another yajna. The second one is offering to the fire. That is another method. Shrotradin indriyananye
श्रोत्रादीन् इन्द्रियाण्यन्ये
samyamyagnishu juhvati.
संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति.
Shabdadin vishayananya
शब्दादीन् विषयानन्या
indriyagnishu juhvati.
इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति.
Your ears are there and you have a big lobes in the ears. It is like a receiver. In a receiver, it's a receiver. Make use of the receiver to the right sender. The right develop taste for hearing the good things which is beneficial for you. Not to utilize your ears only to hear the gossips and useless things. Utilize for hearing only the good things. The best way to the sender and receiver, linking that one is called as another yajna. Develop taste for hearing good things. Shravana, that is the third one. And sarvani indriya karmani
सर्वाणीन्द्रियकर्माणि
prana karmani chapare
प्राणकर्माणि चापरे
atma samyama yogagno
आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ
juhvati jnana dipite.
जुह्वति ज्ञानदीपिते.
Another, the fourth one, Shri Krishna is talking about all limbs must be linked to the mind. And mind thinking something, action something, it is not yoga. Your mind, the thinking good, and it should be put into practice. Linking all the senses to the mind, it is another one, another yajna, fourth one. Dravya yajna, tapo yajna,
द्रव्ययज्ञा तपोयज्ञा
yoga yajna tata pare,
योगयज्ञा तथा परे
swadhyaya jnana yajnascha,
स्वाध्याया ज्ञानयज्ञाश्च
yatayas samshriti vrataha.
यतयः संश्रितव्रताः.
And the fifth one, whatever the variable property, liquid wealth, the floating wealth you have, not the fixed asset, variable asset, whatever the convertible wealth you have, be generous. Dravya yajna, when you are giving out, whatever the liquid property, mobile property, movable property, and reach out, give it to the right cause, right people. Yoga yajna, when you are doing the yoga yajna, connecting yourself from the bondage to the freedom. That is another yajna. Then yoga yajna, then swadhyaya, understanding, link yourself, connect yourself, do the introspection, study the scriptures, link yourself to the higher messages of the scriptures. Another yajna. Shri Krishna talks about, this is the fifth series of yajna. And sixth one, he is talking about, these are the conscious. Another one, unconsciously I am breathing. Air goes in and out, even if it is happening without your own effort, that also you convert into yajna. Our Vasudeva Kriya Yoga, it is trying to convert involuntary function into voluntary function. Our breathing is involuntary and convert into voluntary. Be aware of your breathing. It changes your mind. Your breathing, taking inhalation and outer exhalation. Whatever you are inhaling and exhalation, link it. That is another yajna. Apane juhvati pranam.
अपाने जुह्वति प्राणम्
Prane apanam tata pare.
प्राणे अपानं तथा परे
Pranapana-gati ruddhva.
प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा
Pranayama-parayanaha.
प्राणायामपरायणाः.
Seventh one. Apare nihatahara.
अपरे नियताहारा
Pranan praneshu juhvati.
प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति.
Sarvapyete yajna vido.
सर्वेऽप्येते यज्ञविदो
Yajna kshapita kalmasha.
यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः.
Apare niyata ahara, having hita ahara, take the food, right food, what is good for you. That is another yajna. Not to eat indiscriminately all junks and have a control over your tongue. That is one. And niyata, and have a control. You should be able to fast, ekadashi, able to forego a meal. Why my tongue is so powerful? Tongue is ruling over me. Can I have a control? The linking the food, having a control over your food and eating as an yajna, that is another yajna Sri Krishna is talking about. It is the seventh yajna, seventh type of yajna. Yajna shishta amrita bhujo
यज्ञशिष्ट अमृत भुजो
yanti brahma sanatanam
यान्ति ब्रह्मा सनातनम्
nayam lokosti yajnasya
नायं लोकोऽस्ति यज्ञस्य
kutonya kurusattama.
कुतोऽन्या कुरु सत्तमा.
The seventh type he said, and he talks about whatever is left over. You are not the first beneficiary of the reward what you get. You must be the last recipient. You should enjoy last after discharging your obligation. You are not the first recipient of whatever rewards you have. And yajna shishta amrita bhujo, after doing all yajnas, after reaching out to everyone, then you have right to take. If you are eating yourself first, you are not doing yajna. In the third chapter also Shri Krishna says that person is verily a thief. He or she is a thief, and she branded that person as a thief. Here Shri Krishna says, whatever you have, you are the last recipient after discharging your seven yajnas talked about. Evam bahuvida yajna
एवं बहुविधा यज्ञ
vitata brahmano mukhe
वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे
karmajan vidditan sarvan
कर्मजान् विद्दितान् सर्वान्
evam jnatva vimokshase.
एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे.
Shri Krishna in the previous one says, by observing this yajna, what I will get. Shri Krishna says, the happiness, not only here, one enjoys the supreme happiness beyond this life also. And coming life also, one is happy. Enjoy the happiness that person discovers, happiness in giving, not in taking. That person understands that one. And this yajna, that type of action, one gets unbound himself and discovers the freedom. Shreyan dravya-maya yajna
श्रेयान् द्रव्यामया यज्ञ
jnana yajna parantapa
ज्ञानयज्ञं परन्तप
sarvam karma akilam partha
सर्वं कर्म अखिलं पार्थ
ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते
ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानम्
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं
ज्ञानिना तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
ज्ञानिनास्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
This, whatever is mentioned, Lord Shri Krishna says, by reading you won't get, by going through Google you won't get. Surrender to the Guru, to the Jnani, then only knowledge gets awakened. Without surrendering, bowing down out of humility, this knowledge you may hear 1,000 times. You may repeat it like a parrot, but knowledge will never dawn in you. It's a Guru in your life, Jnani in your life is a must for the knowledge to be awakened. Like in the fire, when you are doing a fire ceremony, I may have all the ingredients, I may have firewood, I may have all the things, I may have camphor, I may have ghee, everything, but initial fire, somebody has to bring in the initial fire. That initial fire, the Guru does. That Jnani gives the initial fire. Otherwise, I may have all ingredients. Without having an initial fire, my Havan Kund never is lit up. It needs an initial fire that is given by a guru. Yajnatva na punarmoham
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
evam yasyasi pandava
एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव
yena bhutani asheshena
येन भूतानि अशेषेण
drakshasya atmanyato mayi
द्रक्ष्यस्य आत्मन्यथो मयि
api chedasi papebhya
विच्छेदसि पापेभ्यः
sarvebhya papakrittamah
सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः
sarvam jnana plavenaiva
सर्वं ज्ञानाप्लवेनैव
vijinam santarishyasi
वृजिनं
vrijinam santarishyasi.
वृजिनं सन्तरिष्यसि
Vrijinam means sin. And apichedasi papebhya, even you might have done heinous crimes, unspeakable crimes in your life, but when you have the knowledge, when you get the knowledge, all the past karmas gets burnt off and you will sail across in the raft of knowledge on the other side. Shri Krishna says not to keep on brooding, I am a sinner, oh, I am a sinner. Like other Bible says, oh, a sinner. It addresses the people as sinner. Shri Krishna says, you are not a sinner. The moment you get this one, you get the knowledge, maybe you are you have done most sinful thing, you will sail across. It doesn't say you are a sinner. You are a champion. There is a higher possibility in your life not to keep on brooding, I did that one, I did that one. We have done up to here. Yatedansi samidogni.
यथैदांसि समिद्धोऽग्नि
Yateid.
यथै
Yedansi yatha yatha.
यथा
Yedansi.
वेदांसि
Yedansi.
एदांसि
Samid.
समिद्
Agni.
अग्नि
Basma.
भस्मा
Sat.
सात्
Kurute Arjuna.
कुरुते अर्जुन
Jnanagni.
ज्ञानाग्नि
Sarvakarmani.
सर्वकर्माणि
Basmasat.
भस्मासात्
Kurute.
कुरुते
Tata.
तथा
Yedansi means firewood. Samid. Yatha, like Yateidansi samidogni. In the samid, in the agni, the firewood, when it is put into the fire, whatever you oblation you put into the fire, it gets burnt off and it becomes ash. Fire burns everything, and jnanagni, the fire of knowledge, is that way. Whatever is your past karma, it burns every past karma. Not to you get unshackled from your sanchita karma or agami karma. Whatever karma you have done in the past, it burns. But whatever you are born with, somehow you have to live with that one. It is called as prarabdha karma. But whatever actions now on with that knowledge you do, nothing will bind you. Like the roasted seed, when you plant it to the ground, it won't germinate. Your action with that knowledge, no more bondage in your life. Nahi again, yateidansi
यथैदांसि
samidhogni.
समिद्धोऽग्नि
Yateidansi samidhogni.
यथैदांसि समिद्धोऽग्नि
Basmasat kurute tata.
भस्मासात् कुरुते अर्जुन
Basmasat kurute Arjuna.
भस्मासात् कुरुते अर्जुन
Jnanagni dagda karmani.
ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि
Jnanagni sarvakarmani.
ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि
Basmasat kurute tata.
भस्मासात् कुरुते तथा
Yateidansi samidogni.
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्नि
Basmasat kurute Arjuna.
भस्मासात् कुरुते अर्जुन
Jnanagni sarvakarmani.
ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि
Basmasat kurute tata.
भस्मासात् कुरुते तथा
Nahi
नहि
jnanena
ज्ञानेन
sadrisham
सदृशं
pavitra
पवित्र
iha
मिह
vidyate
विद्यते
tat swayam
तत्स्वयं
loka
Yoga.
yoga
yoga
samsiddha
samsiddha
kalena
kalena
atmani
atmani
vindati
vindati
nahi jnanena sadrisham
nahi jnanena sadrusham
pavitramiha vidyate
pavitramiha vidyate
tatsvayam yoga samsiddha
tatsvayam yoga samsiddha
kalena atmani vindati.
kalenatmani vindati.
Shri Krishna talks about there is no the purest, nothing is as pure as knowledge. Nothing can come, nothing can purify you. You may be taking 1 hour shower. It may be applying the most expensive soap, but it is only superficial. The purifier, real purifier of you is the knowledge. Nothing can purify you like a knowledge. Pay attention to the knowledge. Pay attention to the knowledge, and nothing can purify you like a knowledge. Pavitram iha vidyate. Nothing can purify you and uplift you like a knowledge. Tat swayam, all pervading information. Swayam, it will dawn. It must dawn in from outside. What I am getting, it is an information. Knowledge dawns from within, like when I am heating a milk. The cream from within slowly rises up. Earlier, the cream was not at all visible in the milk. Now, when I put the fire from underneath, the jnana agni, fire of knowledge, with that one, it like a cream rising up. The knowledge starts getting dawned within. That swayam from within, yoga samsiddha, through the practice of yoga. The practice of yoga, balanced life, what Shri Krishna has mentioned, following that one, getting perfection in yoga. Samsiddha, swayam, from within, naturally, over the time, kalena, atmani, where it dawns, within oneself. That no teacher has taught, no book has told about that one, no one has spoken about that one. That unique knowledge dawns from within. Kalena atmani, one realizes that one over time. This is not a one-day practice, 1 month practice. Without a break, practice, slowly, like cream is rising. How long I have to heat to get a cream? You have to know, you have to wait. Cream will come. Make sure that there is a fire underneath. Make sure that you are practicing. Sooner or later, knowledge will rise in you. It's the assurance Lord Shri Krishna has given to us. Apicheda, repeat these 2 shlokas. Apichedasi papebhya
Pichedasi papebhya
sarvebhya papakrittamaha
sarvebhya papakrittamaha
sarvam jnana plavenaiva
sarvam jnana plavenaiva
vrijinam santarishyasi
vrijinam santarishyasi
etaidansi samidhogni
yathaidansi samidhogni
भस्मासात् कुरुते अर्जुन
भस्मासात् कुरुते अर्जुन
ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि
ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि
भस्मासात् कुरुते तथा
भस्मासात् कुरुते तथा
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं
पवित्रम् इह विद्यते
पवित्रमिह विद्यते
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धा
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः
कालेनात्मनि विन्दति
कालेनात्मनि विन्दति
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
कृष्ण